everyone, and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show, where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. Got to see this little giddy up here? We're going to do something kind of cool. I just want to mention, first of all, since I haven't done an episode in a little bit, just how bad I feel about the fires in wine country. Not just because, actually very few wineries got affected. Signorello really got hit hard. But, not a lot of wineries got hit, and fires in, if not the worst fire in the United States history. Very wet winter, dry summer, they had a lot of stuff to burn. And hopefully it doesn't happen for a long, long time again. They're starting to rebuild now, but just my heart goes out to them. There are a lot of organizations out there that you can go to if you'd like to contribute something to help them recover from that. If that's something you want to do, then I would encourage it very much. Anyway, I got some good reports though from people that did survive and acquire, but still a terrible thing. We hope again. I hope it doesn't happen again. In my world, I get wine sent to me in the mail. Now, I don't need that because I work in a grocery store. I get a ton of samples throughout the month from salespeople who want me to try their wines to get places in the store, of course, to sell their wine. So I do a lot of those sampling on YouTube. I decided to do this YouTube channel a long time ago. Haven't gotten the traction I'd hoped to yet, but I'm not going to give up. I enjoy doing it, and I enjoy helping those of you who are very loyal and watching these. Thank you very much. I appreciate it very much. 1 is better than 0. That's the way I look at it. But people send samples to me in the mail, and I mention this because Josh from Colangelo and Partners, he's been very consistent about getting a hold of me by email and saying, can you try these wines? And I said, yes, I would do this on YouTube. Now, he gave me these wines back when it was sunny and nice, and the gist of it was that it's kind of trendy now to drink some of these lighter red wines cooler in the summer. Now, I never have ever been one to drink my red wines cold. In fact, I don't even necessarily drink Gamay Beaujolais cold, or cooler, I shouldn't say cold. It's just something I've never gotten into until recently when I tried a wine from Chile cold. And what it reminded me of was like a hearty rosé, a rosé with a lot more guts than your normal rosé. And I actually kind of got hooked on drinking this red wine cold. And so I'm very excited to do this. I've got a couple here that are chilled, and I've got them at room temperature, a little less than room temperature. Good, that's the way I like it. So kind of see where they stand in those two directions. And I do want to apologize to Josh. Josh, I'm sorry I didn't get this out sooner. I certainly meant to. It's been a busy summer for me. So the first one we're going to do is Les Dauphins Cotes-Du-Rhone Village. No, yeah, Cotes-Du-Rhone Reserve Rouge. Just a little side lesson. When a lot of people like to say Cotes-Du-Rhone, you leave the S out, Cotes-Du-Rhone. But I don't really give a shit if you butcher it necessarily. I've been known to butcher names before. Really, it isn't how you say the wine, it's how you enjoy the wine that counts, really. But if you're into that sort of thing, and I am, I get on Forvo. Forvo.com is a great place to learn how to pronounce things. And I just have a hard time. I struggle phonetically with some of these things. But this is the Les Dauphins Cotes-Du-Rhone Reserve Rouge, Southern Rhone Valley, of course, south of Drôme, and north of Vaucluse. You will hear a lot of people say Vaucluse. Soil, it's chalky soil, blah, blah, blah. This is 70% Grenache, 25% Syrah, 5% Mourvedre. So there you go. It's this one right here, and the reason I'm reading off the sheet, it's easier than reading off the bottle. You've seen me struggle off the bottle, just saying. So this is the Les Dauphins Cotes-Du-Rhone Reserve, and it is a 2015. There you go. $13. we're going to try it cold first. I'm going to show you the picture. There it is. There's the label. 13 bucks. Dauphins. Cotes-Du-Rhone. So this is chilled. I haven't had it in the fridge very long. Just chilled it down a little bit. Kind of fun to do them chilled. I don't know how many of you actually do chill your reds. I know I have quite a few friends that do. Let's see what we get on the nose. So, you know, it's just, the stink comes through. It's kind of cool, what you get from a lot of Southern Rhone wines. You get a little bit of that stink factor going on. I get a little bit of leather and a lot of red berries. It's sort of red berries, nothing specific, just red berries. A little chocolate note coming through, which is interesting, even chilled down. Let's see what we get on the palate. Actually better than I thought it would be on the chilled side. Interesting. I still get the spice. I get a little leather grip on the backside, which is interesting. It's actually showing quite a bit of fruit for being chilled down, which is quite impressive. I'm impressed with that. By the way, go Huskies. Oh, they had a crappy game. They had a bye week. I think they had a bye week this week. I'm going to the UCL game next week. Excited about that. So I get that real red berry component. I get a lot of cherry notes and a lot of leather. I think the leather is enhanced by the coolness of the wine. Actually, it's pretty good. I can see drinking this cold. Now, that being said, let's just face it. Just because it's 80 degrees outside doesn't mean you can't drink red wine. I drink it all the time. I just want to make sure it's, you know, at cellar temperature, maybe not in the fridge. But it does help if you chill it down, especially when it's warm outside. I might encourage you to drink more red wines. What I like about this, even though it's chilled down, it has a spice component coming through. Yeah, I like this. I actually like it chilled down. Kind of interesting. It might be something that I would go to. Cotes-Du-Rhone is primarily Grenache. And you'll see this is, but this one is 70% Grenache, 25% Syrah, 5% Mourvèdre. Mourvèdre is a little bit richer. But because it's 70% Grenache, and Grenache is a little lighter style wine, really lends itself well to chilling down. I like it. I'm not going to score it yet. I'm going to switch over to the warm version that I showed you the label of. Do I have enough glasses? Oh yeah, I can pour it. See, sometimes you get out of practice when you don't do these all the time. And I do, of course, as I've said many times, I plan on ramping up my releases. I want to go to 2 a week. I just haven't been able to do it recently. A lot of stuff going on in my life. And I do live, I think I mentioned this, I live 11 miles away from work. So if I want to shoot a video at lunchtime, it's nearly impossible for me to fit it in. And I don't want to be rushed doing these. I want to be relaxed. I have the day off today. So it's nice to be able to do that. And I should have this video up on Tuesday. I'm hoping to have it up on Tuesday. Might be a little bit later than that. But somewhere in the middle of the week. And then another one on the weekend. I'm hoping. Cross your fingers. So this is now the warm version of the Cotes-Du-Rhone from Les Dauphins. Les Dauphins. Les Dauphins. Let's see what we get on the nose. So very interesting, not much different than when it was cold. That's kind of encouraging. I can smell the spiciness on it. Can I get a sweet spice action on the nose? I get more licorice and leans towards the chocolate a little bit more on this one. And I get an interesting like dried cardboard. Different from wet cardboard, which would be cork. This has sort of a dried, you know, when you walk down in a basement, you got some old, some cardboard laying around, cardboard boxes, you lift up and smell it. That's what it smells like. With leather, with chocolate, with spice. Let's see what we get on the palate. kind of jacked about this Cotes-Du-Rhone. $13. It has a nice kind of plum, blackberry, a little bit of currant, a little bit of red berry underneath, a little acidity. It's soft, but it's not boring. It seems to have some good complexity. Man, that red berry action just kind of lingers on the backside, and a little bit of like a, I don't know. A little leather, a little minerality, just a little bit of everything, making this a very interesting wine. Believe it or not, I have a hard time selling Cotes-Du-Rhone on my local market. I don't know why. I have people that are very passionate about it, love it, as I do. I love Cotes-Du-Rhone, but they seem to shy away from it the majority of people seem to shy away from it. In fact, when I do a wine tasting event, and they bring on a Cotes-Du-Rhone, they have a hard time selling it. Now I'm getting a little blueberry action on the backside of this one too. I really like this wine. I'm not saying it's super complex, but boy is it good. It's a 10 and delicious factor for sure, but it still shows that old world action also. And I don't edit these, so you're going to see that little mess up on the words. It's okay with me. That's the way I like to roll. Maybe it's just because I'm lazy and I don't want to edit. I have such a hard time with that. I'm learning. No, what a great wine. No wonder it tasted so good chilled. I mean, it's fantastic warm. I'm gonna go B plus A minus. I think it's a really good Cotes-Du-Rhone. I think it shows a lot of good characteristics of a Cotes-Du-Rhone, things that you're looking for. The price is very reasonable, $13. I think a lot of you are going to like this, and if you haven't, and even get a little dirt action on the back, not terrible, but those are things you're looking for in old world wines. But yet this has a really nice fruit base for you new world wine drinkers. I'm going to bring this into the store. I don't have it there right now. I think I know who distributes this. This is a great little Cotes-Du-Rhone. Even getting a little bit of that kind of blood action, that minerality, that iron essence coming through. B plus A minus for a $13 Cotes-Du-Rhone. Very good, very nice. Like it a lot. Let's move on. This is a Les Dauphins. I think I got that right. Les Dauphins Pierre-Miras. This is a Cotes-Du-Rhone Village. Pierre-Miras, 2014. This rolls in at $18. Excuse me for saying it over and over. I'm just practicing. I'm over there on 4-0 trying to remember how to say it. Pierre-Miras is how they say it. Cotes-Du-Rhone Village, which means when you say Cotes-Du-Rhone, it's more like Columbia Valley. Cotes-Du-Rhone Village means they've selected it for certain villages, like maybe Rattlesnake Hills, Walloop Slope, those specific vineyards inside a greater, specific vineyards inside a greater appellation. Here's the label for you. $18, so this is like the big brother to the one I just tasted. All right. Let's taste it with a little chill on it. This one is, excuse me. I love having these little tech sheets. It makes it a little easier. You've seen me, like I said, try to read off the label. Same area as the vineyard location, same area as the Cotes-Du-Rhone, south of Drôme and north of Vaucluse. The 70% Grenache, 20% Syrah, 10% Carignan. So very interesting. Leaves out the Mourvedre, has a little more Carignan and a little less Syrah. The other one had 25 Syrah. Very interesting. The vineyards are 30 years old. Trellis system is Gobelets. I don't want to get into trellises with you. That's whatever. Trellis systems are important though, to the winemaker, and if you do research on some of the ways they do them, they have a great impact on how those grapes mature. So that's a big deal. It says stony terraces composed of rolled pebbles and angular shell, covered with fine red shingly soil. There you go. Let's see what we get on the nose. This has a little bit of a chill on it. This is $18. Here we go. Now this definitely, I get like coffee bean and chocolate right off the bat. A little bit of earth, and I'm getting like ripe red cherries. Dark cherries. There's an interesting, almost like a meat marinade thing coming through. Interesting to get this much on the nose, even with it chilled. And I'll say it over and over again, smell your wines. Take a little time to smell them. Do it by yourself at first until you get comfortable, and then do it in front of people. There's nothing wrong. You're going to get so much more out of the wine if you take a little time and smell the wine. Smell it. Yeah, it's almost like a meat marinade thing coming through. Let's see what we get on the palate. I get a little herbal component coming through. I get the coffee bean. The chocolate comes through on the backside really well. And there's an interesting, like, nice core of dark cherries, a little blueberry coming through. This is pretty good for a chilled red wine. Now, come on, I'm going into new territory for myself. Maybe some of you guys are going, really, Stan? You're a wine steward? You've been doing this for how many years? And you just start... What can I say? What can I say? Get a little bit of black tea coming through too. Very nice wine with a chill on it. This is kind of cool. I love it. I do, because this is not something I've done before, and I just started looking into it a little bit. I've always been kind of stubborn. I like to drink my reds, you know, not warm, but, you know, not cold either. So let's see what this is like at just below room temperature. Let's see what we get on the nose. But that meat marinade thing comes through right off the bat on the warm. Yeah, it smells like barbecue spices, like you marinated a good piece of flank steak. A lot of, again, tobacco with it warmer. I definitely get that coffee bean and chocolate element coming through. The herbal notes come through also on the nose. Now, interesting, I'm not getting as much fruit. In fact, I don't even think I mentioned a fruit yet on this wine. Yeah, there's no fruit that stands out to me. This is very old world on the nose. Let's see what we get on the palate. Maybe some currants, maybe, and definitely some red flowers. This is definitely drier than the Cotes-Du-Rhone. A lot of structure on this wine. It's pretty stout, really. I get a little grip action, a little minerality, kind of like it through sand on the side of my cheeks on the back end. Currants and blueberries on the palate. Smooth tannins with just a little bit of attitude. Good flow, very seamless, but like I said, with that edginess. Good acidity. You can feel it underneath on your tongue. You know, you get that little kind of bright feeling on there. Excellent structure. Definitely 3 notches up on complexity, the first one, although I like the first one a lot. You see where I'm going with this one. Right on the mid palate, you get the chocolate and coffee bean coming through, and then right at the end, you get the kind of that little bit of that meat marinade action on the backside. and it lingers on my tongue, and I'm getting a little of that coffee bean sort of leather thing going on right on the backside. I can still taste it. Excellent wine, excellent wine. I hope I can get my hands on this one as well as the Cotes-Du-Rhone. I think the Cotes-Du-Rhone, price-wise, is a great value, but this he definitely steps up as the bigger brother. Like, yeah, you might think you're tough, little bro, but I'm still the big brother. Yeah, I'm gonna go straight up A on that one. I think for $18 you get a solid wine. This will lay down. I wouldn't go more than 5 years, but it'll still lay down another 5 years. Good structure, excellent wine, good food wine, great with beef. Any beef dish would work really well with this one. And surprisingly, it drank really well on the cool side. Fun episode to do. Don't wait until next summer to try to drink your wines, your red wines, cooler. Ask around, ask your local wine store what wine would good chill. Just try it, just experiment. It's kind of fun to do that. And then both of them are excellent at just below the room temperature. I usually drink my wines at room temperature. Keep them downstairs where they stay just hair cooler, and there you go. Thanks for watching. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.